Who am I? Where do I belong? Am I really Chinese? Am I really Canadian? Who am I? Why don't I feel at home anywhere? Where do I belong? What's up, Grandpa?
Well, your grandma and I came to Canada 50 years ago. I still remember that first winter. I just lost my job. Your grandma was pregnant. And we don't speak any English. We're so desperate. But there are some really helpful people working out from this building. They really helped us. Since then, they become a bigger agency and moved out. Anyways, let's go for lunch.
I remember there in the first day, I report to duty on Cecil Street, the Chinatown office. The office is located at the basement in the community center. The community center was renovated from an old church.
You know, the Cecil Community Center is a very, very old historical building right now. And I think it's more than 150 years old.
Very small, around 200 square feet, I remember that. And then no any enclosed interviewing room. Only using the partition board, divide the 4 tables for the 4 counselors sitting there. You can imagine that, no privacy. I remember that it's very valuable because working there, I learned a lot from the experienced counselor. Very good place.
I think I was impressed by the size of CICS. In terms of not-for-profit, it was fairly larger than I had expected. And I was also impressed by the fact that there are a lot of employees who have been with CICS for over 10 or 20 years.
At that point in time, the major target group of CICS was Chinese. But the Chinese is those people coming from Hong Kong. But I think starting from towards the end of 80s and the early 90s, there are more and more Chinese immigrants coming from mainland China. And the numbers of so-called Hong Kong immigrants has been reducing, I could say, significantly.
We have a couple of Mandarin-speaking settlement workers being employed in the early 90s because immigrants from China start coming. After getting more funding, we expand our service in settlement to include job search workshop. And then there is settlement for school funding, expanding the settlement program into schools. And with that funding, we expand from serving Cantonese, Mandarin speaking to other languages. This is basically how CICS is gradually expanding from serving one single ethnic group to a multicultural community.
Later on, we start to rebrand ourselves. So I can recall that we changed our name, but when we changed our name, we didn't take away the acronym of CICS. We even embedded the original logo of the former CICS into our logo.
CICS is well known in the Chinese community, and that is an asset for us. We don't want to throw that away by any means.
So in 2004, the Tsingtao Canada Foundation partnered with CICS and CICS Foundation to raise funds to build an immigrant resource center with the Youth Development Hub as its centerpiece.
The hope and the vision of the Tsingtao Youth Development Hub is to offer a variety of services and programs so that young people can come and build self-confidence and also acquire critical skills so they can reach the potentials in life. And it is our hope that they can really find the answer, the keys that will unlock that pot of potential that they have.
We saw the value of a one-stop shop facilities where immigrants can come together to learn and share and develop critical skills that could help them achieve their goals.
And we have to appreciate the very big support we get from Singtel Foundation. They push us to do things. They push us to come to the purchase decision. We also have to really appreciate the government. I think if we are not getting the first $1 million from the government, we may not really bold enough to make such a big move, go for such a big building.
When I first joined CICS, we have about 20 full-time employees. By the time that I left, we have over 100. And in terms of funding, I remembered when I first joined CICS, the budget was about $2 million. And then by the time that I left in 2010, it was over 11 billion.
CICS is like a family. You know, they start at a downtown office. Until today, I can see the working in the Welcome Center and other locations.
I think staff is the most important part in our business.
We are able to recruit, keep, and maintain a good team of staff, which they are the most valuable assets to CICS and the entire immigrant community. We do have the culture, as I mentioned before, the culture of facing change together, handling challenges together.
So we want to keep that strength as well as continue to expand our services into other ethnic communities. Just as Canada has evolved over the past 50 years, I think CICS will also evolve in terms of the demographics that we serve. We want to continue our collaboration. We've always worked with various partners and we want to continue that into the future. We have to work all together to make Canada more inclusive and more welcoming for all newcomers.
My journey is not about trying to find a home. It's about how I will make a home for myself. The story of Canada is the collective stories of countless newcomers woven together in an inseparable mosaic. By helping other new Canadians find a home, I have found mine.